Well, there are different kind of body language in different scenario, which indicates different meanings. The body language and their possible meanings could be if somebody is fiddling with their pen while talking, or during meetings, we generally experience this kind of scenario. It shows nervousness, it shows that you are uncomfortable in a certain situation, you're nervous about something. Sitting up in a chair with a straight, erect posture, of course, it shows confidence and attentiveness that somebody's interested in the communication. Well, when the handshake is little hesitant, when person is not having a firm or confident handshake, it shows that you're shy, you're not interested in meeting this new person, or you're lacking confidence. Looking at your watch repeatedly, well, you're just waiting to let the session get over. It shows boredom, it shows lack of interest. Avoiding eye contact, well, it certainly shows that a person is shy and lacking confidence. Smiling when you are greeting somebody new, it shows that you're confident, you are warm and open to meet new people. Tapping your fingers on the table continuously, making a sound, it shows that you're impatient, you are in a hurry to get certain things done. Biting nails, it's a common habit that must have been observed during interviews. It shows nervousness. A firm handshake, of course, shows professionalism, confident, friendly nature of a person, and it should be something that should be followed in a professional life. Well, over here, to explain this kind of body language and the possible meanings, I would also like to add that in a certain situation, a particular situation of an interview, facing interview for the first time, people feel a lot of nervousness, they are a little bit apprehensive to talk. There are some tips that I would like to share, that what kind of desirable body language can be maintained, what is the desirable body language of the candidate that indicates that he is professional as well as confident. So basically, there are a diverse set of body language gestures that are exhibited during a personal interview. Some of them are the desirable, and some of them are the undesirable gestures of the candidate. So let's first see the desirable gestures. Well, the desirable body language, an example of desirable body language of a candidate during an interview can be explained as politely looking at the interview panel with a nod on entering the room, sitting only when signaled to do so by the interviewer, do not sit by your own, sitting with a straight, erect posture, arms resting comfortably on the legs, this shows that you're relaxed, that you're not nervous, direct eye contact, looking straight at the interviewer, asking the question with an expression indicating full concentration to listen to the question. You can perhaps lean little forward to show your interest also, but do not slouch. Responding with conviction through eye contact with the entire panel, so that you agree with them, you are listening to them. Talking about undesirable body language of the candidate, entering the room hesitantly or in a nervous manner, lack of eye contact with the interview panel, distracting mannerism in front of the panel, for example, scratching head, shaking legs, and biting nails, totally inappropriate and should be avoided. Elbows and arms on the interview table, chins down or chin down or raised, avoiding eye contact. Looking too much on top or looking too much down also shows a nervousness. Folded arms shows that you're not closed, you're not open to new ideas, as we discussed earlier. A defensive posture, and slouching posture, of course, the posture that we saw in the previous pictures. Slouching in a chair, sitting with too much of comfort, which is not acceptable in a professional scenario. So this is the right body language that should be maintained, which is desirable, and the undesirable body language. These are few points that we discussed. Kindly take them into consideration before facing any sort of interviews. Well, let's have one more example, and that would tell us how an ideal discussion with the superior should be, how an ideal body language should be while we are having some formal discussion with our superior. So, the desirable body language could be as smart, formal attire, befitting the importance of the occasion, greeting the supervisor on coming in, neatly folded print of the performance summary, other documents in a folder for easy reference, calm and confident appearance, straight sitting posture, of course, the erect posture, direct eye contact with the superior, and taking notes on the supervisor's feedback in an empty sheet in the folder. So that shows that you are involved and attentive in the conversation. Leaning forward slightly to show attentiveness to the supervisor's comments and thanking the supervisor for his comments before leaving the room. So this is the desirable body language while discussion is going on with the superior. The undesirable body language is entering the room and taking a seat without being asked to do so, informally attired, having a casual attire, looking away from the supervisor, entering unprepared with no documents or pen to take notes, appearing nervous, swallowing saliva to wet his throat, engaging in casual discussion which do not add any value. So this also should be avoided for any kind of professional discussion with your bosses or with your supervisors. Let's also quickly discuss, or let me point out few important tips that you can use for presentation with a large audience. Here are some body language gestures exhibited during a large group presentation. A desirable body language should be eye contact with the audience, up and down the room, left to right of the room, effective use of hand gestures and animation throughout the presentation. I think this we have already seen earlier, all these points. I'm just pointing them out in detail. Standing at the center of the stage, visible to the audience. This is very much important, taking a position from where you can be visible to everyone and making sure that you are checking with all the audience before you're starting your presentation that you are being audible as well as you're being visible. Head held high and confident and straight posture. And opposite this is your undesirable body language, which includes folded hands, looking at only one person or one section of the audience, standing still at the podium as if you're lacking confidence and you're clueless, blank about your presentation, looking at the slides and not the audience. This also shows nervousness, head down and nervous appearance. So try to avoid this kind of body language.